Hello, families. This is Mrs. Dow and Mr. Wilczek, and we are here today to just give you an update and some tips and tricks for navigating virtual learning.
So I'm Mr. Wilczek, and I'm going to go over some of the important things that you can try and help fix on your computers if you're having problems. And I'll turn it back over to Ms. Dow to get us started.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Wilczek. So one of the first things we want to talk about is just a reminder of some virtual learning tips, not technology related, but thinking about how to set yourself up for a success. We're in a few weeks now, and we really do want to think about the practices that we've gotten ourselves into and really doing a check of ourselves. One of the biggest things we're going to suggest is you create a dedicated workspace. We know that that's not ideal. I'm set up in my dining room right now while my children are set up in their living room, but we want to make sure that we have a space with everything you need to learn, even if it's just a piece of a table or something like that. That is super important for your learning. Keep to a schedule. Very easy to stray when you're at home, but really try to stay to a consistent schedule every day if possible. Even more important is take breaks during those asynchronous times or during those lunch breaks. Get up, walk away from the computer, refocus your eyes, go outside and play. Do something non-technology related to get your brain reactivated and ready for your next lesson.
So
And
every hour, if you're on it, for every hour, you should be off for at least 10 minutes. So that's what my doctor recommended for me. So every hour, try to step off and readjust your eyes, not looking at a screen for at least 10 minutes every hour.
yeah, and I actually just read an article recently and I found myself doing this. Even if I just take a break and focus off into the distance, not on my computer for 20 seconds, even if you can just take an eye break. I'm fortunate that I have a window, but I just try to focus on something else to get rid of that computer eye strain.
Great stuff.
Finally, please ask for help when you need it. We are here to support you, your teachers are, but we can't help you if we don't know that you're frustrated. We want to hear from you. Your teachers want to hear from you. So if you're having trouble with connections or you're missing something because of technology breaking up, please don't be silent. Please let your teacher know so that they can help you as well. Not just we want to hear from you on the tech side, but you need to make sure you're in constant communication with your teachers as well. We have some other items here on the right. One I want to point out is definitely support your classmates, working together or your friends that you have in classes. We're in this together. And again, that kind of feeds into the we're here to help you. So make sure that you know it's hard because we're home, but we're not in this alone. So just some tips for you to review here. Some general technology troubleshooting tips, not related to any application. Students, I know you don't necessarily want to do this. Caretakers, I know your children don't necessarily want to do this. We cannot emphasize enough to restart that Chromebook every single day. Even if you don't shut it down at the end of the day, just closing that lid does not restart it. It kind of keeps all the things open kind of in the background. We want to give it a fresh start every day. And this image here, down in the bottom right corner, you have a restart. Even if you do it right before class starts or you shut down at the end of the day and then restart in the morning again, but do try to do that every day. Something else, we know we're learning Zoom is what they call a bandwidth hog. It takes up a lot of your computer's resources. And with the Chromebooks, it's super important is to close everything you're not currently using in a class. Any extra tabs, any extra websites, any extra apps, close those out and just basically you should have Zoom and Schoology open if you're having tech troubles. And then from Schoology, you might have to open a few links, but definitely want to cut down on the number of things you have open. We understand a lot of microphone issues, and some people are reporting that. Again, the Chromebooks, to get your best sound, you want to be close to it. The further away from the Chromebook you get, the harder it is to be heard. So students, it is good to be in a chair and not lounging or laying on the couch or on your bed, so that because when you do that, you tend to get too far away from that Chromebook, and it does make it harder for you to be heard. Think about Wi-Fi location. Again, even in my house, so I live in a very techie family, but there are spots in our house that don't have great Wi-Fi reception, and that will interfere with how well you're connecting to Zoom or being able to load websites. So maybe when you're picking that good spot to work in, think about walking around with the Chromebook and seeing if there is a better spot for Wi-Fi reception. The next item, turn off extensions. Extensions are little tools in Chrome that help you do jobs like Screencastify, or you might have a pointer extension. We really, in this link, we're publishing this page. This link will show you how to turn off extensions on your computer. You can manage them in Chrome. We highly suggest if you're having trouble, turn off some of those extra extensions, and that should speed up your Chromebook a little. Finally, I'm going to end where I started. Your first line of defense, restart. It is an IT joke that, someone's having problems. The first question you're going to be asked is, did you restart? And that's because a lot of the times it really does fix the issue. So if you're running into issues, first thing you should try is restart. And if that doesn't help, that's when you want to reach out to us or try some of the other tips that we have for that. So these are some general tips for you to think about with the overall technology on your Chromebook.
So one of the things that we've been hearing is that we're having problems hearing, seeing, or watching the teacher's videos. And there's a different reason for a lot of those issues. So what we're going to ask you to do is some of these steps to try and make it better. Okay. So the first one you're going to want to do is to use your speaker view, not your gallery view. So while you're in a Zoom meeting, you have two views, one that's just one person that's speaking, or where you can see everybody's frame of their video. When you go to that gallery view, when you see everybody, it takes up a lot more memory and bandwidth, and it slows your connection down, and it also might limit the amount of sound, quality sound that you're getting from the teacher. So we're going to ask you to turn on speaker view. In settings, you can also set your mic to auto adjust. So one of the things is that as the Chromebooks, as you get further away, as Ms. Dow said, if you're laying down or if I get closer, the microphone is going to change. However, by default, on the Chromebook application, the mic is not set to auto adjust. It's going to go to one fixed level and stay there. So inside the settings, which is in the upper right-hand corner of the Zoom app, there's a little gear icon. You can go in there and check the checkbox to auto adjust the mic. Along with that, we're recommending that if you are having issues, and this isn't something you have to do all the time, but if you are a person that's having issues and you're not sure what's happening, or you're not hearing the teacher, you're not seeing their video, we recommend turning off your camera. So you can turn off when the teacher shares a video or you're having issues with sound, turn off your camera. If they don't need to see you and you just want to watch what the teacher's doing, that's going to create a lot better stable connection. Along with that, Ms. Dow already addressed this, we're going to ask you to close web pages and applications. So the only thing that should be open while you're with your teacher is the Zoom application and maybe the Schoology tab. And if you don't need to have the Schoology tab open, even close that. So once you open that stuff up and you get into the Zoom meeting, if you're just talking, having discussion, you can close the other stuff. But make sure you close your email. Make sure you close any other tabs and any other windows and any other programs that you have open, and that's going to make your connection much more stable. And Ms. Dow also hit these two, which is that location and those extensions. So just make sure you turn off those extensions. We're going to have give you our YouTube channel with all the videos of how to do each one of these things with clear directions, with 30 seconds to 1 minute videos of exactly how to do each one of these things. So you can, if you don't know how to change these settings, we'll show you exactly what it looks like, and you can jump over to our channel and show you how to do that. Along with that, so it's sometimes hardware breaks. So one day your microphone's working great and the next day it's not. So the first thing you do, and Ms. Dallas said it already, reboot your machine. If you reboot your machine and you go back into your Zoom meeting and you still can't hear, if you have a set of headphones, please plug them in and try that. So even if you don't, they're just cheap or you don't, they're kind of half broken, plug them in and see if they work. If you can hear sound from them and all of a sudden your mic starts working, it's likely that your machine hardware microphone broke. And it happens. We do see it, believe it or not. So it could work one day and not the next. So try those and try to figure out what's going on. So at the end of the line of this is we don't want students to miss education. We don't want them to miss class time. We're going to record these sessions and we're trying to get those recordings up as quick as possible. And we have them quicker than we ever had, but they still take some time. We don't want you to miss anything because we love to have you in live classes. So if you have to, and your Chromebook fails, it breaks, your dog knocks off the table and it cracks, you can log in through a phone. So if you have a phone, you can install the Zoom application. You can borrow your parents' phone, install the Zoom application, and you can use that Zoom application to enter into your meetings through that. Along with that as well, if your audio is really bad, you're just having, and sometimes it's random. Sometimes it's where the audio is great for 2 weeks and all of a sudden one day it's not a good connection. Kind of like a cell phone signal. Sometimes you just lose a bad signal. You can call in and listen through the phone. So if you have a phone and you don't want to use the Zoom application, when you click on the microphone button in the bottom of the Zoom application, there is an option to connect through the phone. So you call a phone number, you punch in your code for just you as a person, and then that'll put you in the audio connection through the Zoom. So you can still watch through the video, but if your audio connection is not working, that phone connection is perfect and they can hear you as well. So if your mic dies, your audio is not working, you can try that phone connection. And then we know that there's a hardware failure and we can get that fixed. And we're here to help you get that fixed at etsd.us/, here to help. And we'll share that out with you. But we want to make sure that you can get on and not miss any class time.
But do be sure before you do that that you privately chat with your teacher so that they
Yes,
know that
yes,
you would
please
like
do.
to join
Yeah.
in, because of that waiting room. We have the waiting room on for security, but they need to know to let you in and that you
Yeah.
are calling in and that it's not someone that doesn't belong in class. So again, I'm always going to go back to communicate with your teacher to let them know what's going on.
Yeah, so if you have any times, please chat with your teachers too. So if they share something with you and you're not seeing it, you're not hearing them, just throw a chat in there and they'll see that you're having problems. And other students might say, hey, I'm having that same problem. So your teacher can make some adjustments as well to try and fix that for everybody. We want everybody on at all times and to have a really good experience. So these are the videos that we're going to work on building out for you. So what these are going to be in our YouTube channel. And these are the things that we're hearing are the most prominent issues. Chromebook sound's not working. Chromebook mic's not working. I'm not seeing the video. The teacher's sharing video and I can't hear it. The connection is dropping, or we're kind of click on a link in Schoology and it's not working. Each one of these items are going to be in this tech troubleshoot document, which is going to show you exactly the steps to take to try and resolve them. And then also we're going to build out videos for these in our XTech's YouTube channel. Ms. Dow and I are going to, you'll see our faces in those. We're going to break them up and we're going to each create a couple of these to share out with you.
Some Schoology tips, let's talk about that. And we do have some videos set up for these already, but we will reshare them. Cannot emphasize enough to set up notifications. You can adjust your notifications per class, and there will be a video on that so that you could be notified when a teacher puts out a new assignment or they have an update, mostly so that you get an email for that. But do look at the notifications in Schoology to get announcements to your email as you need them.
One of the guidance counselors asked, because they're scheduling appointments with our students. So in the secondary level, students, if you have a phone, the guidance counselors asked if you could, if you're comfortable with it, you don't have to, you can actually put your phone number in there and it'll text you notifications as well if you'd like to do that for our older students only.
Absolutely. We do suggest you rearrange your course listings. I had made this a tech tip in Schoology at one point, but we will also repost that. Think about putting your courses in order you see them for the day, or our younger students putting that homeroom class first and then your specials classes after that. It really is helpful to navigate through there and being able to rearrange that course list. Schoology Google Doc assignments. Please make sure you're logged in, and this is more if you're not on a Chromebook, but please make sure you're logged into the Google Drive with your myexeter.org, because it's looking for that myexeter.org account when you're working in Google Docs. And if you ever sometimes you might get an error message and it will ask you to sign in. You just need to re-sign in and make sure you use your myexeter account. Finally, 5 through 12 students, be sure you're using the upcoming pane on the right-hand side. All your due dates are there. You still want to check every class, but major items that are due to be submitted through Schoology will appear on that right-hand side in that upcoming pane. And they are direct links to be able to access that item. Finally, getting help. I'm going to reiterate again to stay in communication with your teacher. Let them know if you're missing something in class. Let them know if your audio isn't working so that we can think about how to better support you and they can help you in other ways. If you are having technical problems, we are very much encouraging. You're going to hear us say this over and over and over again. Our Here to Help page has everything you need from our tech department. You'll see the link here is etsd.us here to help. You can also use exetersd.org here to help. They will all take you to the same place. Information about Chromebook insurance, information about getting putting a ticket in. All of our videos will be linked from there, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to finish with that in one moment. Everything you need. This should be your one-stop place. If you have a technology question, this is the website you want to go to, and it should have all the information you need. If you put in a ticket, we're going to suggest you be as specific as possible. Please, instead of thinking, My audio's not working, please think about saying, when I talk in class, when I am in class, my teacher's voice is all cut up and echoey. That helps us kind of diagnose a little bit better than just saying my audio's not working.
Along with that,
So
Ms.
that,
Dow, make sure, because these are student accounts, we don't have phone
Mhm.
numbers. So when they put it in, if you could put your parents' phone number, because we are virtual, it's hard to get back to people. So if you leave us a phone number, we'll reach out to you, and it's a lot easier to get these items fixed at a quicker rate.
Absolutely. Final item. We have put this YouTube training channel together. We're using it for teachers and students, and I'm actually going to visit that as we wrap up here. These are where the videos that we're creating will see, and we actually have a lot of tutorials in there already. We have this playlist is tutorials for students, and you can see once this loads down the right-hand side, all the different tutorials we've already created so that you can get yourself acclimated, or if you have questions. We will be adding to this and we'll continue to add it to this. It's also going to point out linked from Here to Help. So start at Here to Help if you have any questions, but know that we have created and will continue to create tutorial videos for students and families to be able to navigate some of these items. Thank you for your time and attention. We hope this has helped you wrap your head around some of the things. We know that we have challenges, just like technology presents challenges sometimes, but we are here to help you, and we want to help you through it. And reach out to us if you need anything.
Thank you. We're going to keep trying to do these on maybe a weekly basis so that we keep sharing information. But if you need help, please reach out. Thank you and have a good day.
Have a great day.